Okay, here we go. Good morning. It is Suzilla. We are at Wenatchee Insurance.
Yep, we are indeed. Sorry, we've been kind of sporadic with our broadcasts lately, but life gets in the way of things sometimes.
Well, we're actually going to kind of dive into a really awesome topic today
Oh, that's cool.
because it's one of those things that people don't think about, but think about it at the same time.
Doesn't that make your head hurt when you do that?
No,
Okay.
because today's topic is comfort.
Oh, okay. So that's Matt. I'm Susie. This is Wenatchee Insurance. I'm the Susie at Wenatchee Insurance, and that's the Matt at Wenatchee Insurance. And we'll take care of your insurance needs here in Wenatchee and other parts of Washington State.
Yes, we're exclusively Washington State, so hey, sorry to be the other 49. All
In
right.
the District of Washington. So comfort is the thing. You may notice that I'm a little, my voice isn't very clear and bell-like today.
Yeah, you've got that kind of raspy voice going on.
A little laryngitis because I've had a cold.
And that's kind of what brought it, because it's one of those things that because of cold, COVID, RSV, and the host of other things that have been circulating,
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that are experiencing discomfort.
Yeah, that's true.
So I've had our partner Shayla, who's out of the office.
Yep.
I check in with him on a regular basis to see if they need us to bring them anything.
Right. Now, to be fair, Shayla's got a farm, has a family, but sometimes if the whole family's sick and you can't get to the grocery store to get you chicken soup, it's nice to have someone who will either bring you chicken soup or get chicken soup delivered to you.
As I refer to it, as chicken soup on a pole.
There you go.
Because it's that safety factor.
Yeah, well, what you wanted, we did that for them the first time that their family had COVID, because the entire family came down.
Mhm.
And it was like everyone was like, nope, we're not leaving the house. So we arranged a grocery drop for them. And it was just one small thing that we could do.
And it's one of those things that the more I think about it, it's like it's really on how we built our little insurance office here was to provide comfort.
Yeah. Well, just the fact that we created an environment which wasn't all stuffy and suit and ties and dark wood and books on this, and bookshelves and mounted deer heads.
Yeah, and the smell, as I refer to it, the smell of mildewing paper and old carpets.
Oh, there you go.
The place where dreams go to die.
There you go. Yeah, we our initial generation of our office was to be a more comfortable, welcoming area for anybody who wanted to set foot in our office. Anybody, So we've got national parks pictures up. We've got gnomes in our foyer. We are traditionally in jeans and t-shirts. Well, I don't normally wear a t-shirt, but I'm in jeans and, comfy shoes. In the summer, you're not going to get me out of my sandals.
Well, it's also even our first outreaches, we were baking chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, yeah.
And we were extending with our outreach effort to provide comfort in other places.
Exactly.
And, people can do this. And it's like, yeah, if you walk into an office and you're not feeling welcomed and comforted, and why are you doing business there?
Exactly. Well, I had a client the other day who had come to me for their Medicare choices. And they'd actually visited with another Medicare licensed agent prior to us, but they weren't comfortable there.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? I'm not feeling like I want to be here. And so they came to see me. And I'm always been telling people, Matt does too, go check out the other people. I'm on board with that idea. And
yeah, and it's one of those things that with comfort you get strength.
Right.
And we are so comfortable with being genuine and being ourselves. We tell people, yeah, go shop.
Yeah.
Just point blank, go shop the competition.
Exactly.
And see what you see, and come back to us.
If you want to. The fact is, we're comfortable enough with ourselves to make other people comfortable with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not make, it's
To allow them to be.
We exchange that comfort.
Okay.
And it's regardless of who people are.
Oh yeah, we don't hesitate.
Because it boils down to that respect and dignity we treat everybody with.
Everybody.
And we're working on working on that for ourselves.
Right. We ourselves deserve respect and dignity.
And this is one of those long thoughts. It's like, yeah, we also need some comfort.
Yeah.
From time to time.
Yeah.
People mistake taking away that ability of comfort, the luxury items, as punishment, and they think it is an ability to take away from someone's comfort.
So, for example, taking away someone's phone as punishment.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that not the case?
What?
Well, you said some people feel that. Is that how you see it?
If they're comfortable with themselves, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's true.
If they can find comfort in other things, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The power play to take away comfort no longer matters.
Because you can be comfortable with yourself and comfort yourself.
And that is really important, because right now we're in a bit of a struggle.
We are. We're having a personal and professional struggle that we're working our way through. And we're not going to go into details about it, but needless to say, we're struggling with this and trying to remember to take care of ourselves and comfort ourselves in this process.
Yeah, and like I said, one of the common mistakes is doing the punishment and taking away things. They mistake their place. And what I'm saying is, the mistake their place is because someone that is driving with that and is taking away that comfort forgets that, oh my gosh, you perfectly able to find comfort otherwise.
Yeah. Take away my phone, fine, I'll go read a book.
Yeah. I'll get another phone.
Heck, if you were to strip out everything and stick me in a room by myself, I'd probably be okay for a while.
Yeah.
One thing, that's why solitary confinement is a punishment, because you've taken away everything.
It's a punishment for some people.
Not everybody. They've done a lot of studies on that it really does impact a person psychologically, generally in a negative way, which is why it's considered a punishment. Like I said, I know that I would probably do just fine for a while. I mean, there's going to be a point where I might not be just fine, but yeah, generally I'm fine. I mean, there's all kinds of stories about people who played chess in their heads or built watches in their minds, and then got out of their confinement and actually built the watch.
Well, one of the people I watch, because it's just freaking amazing, is look up Burpee King.
Burpee? Like
Burpee King. You know the exercise burpees?
Oh yeah, I hate those.
Yeah, they're not easy, but this gentleman who's done it for like thousands of days straight.
Yeah.
And you watch them, and you watch on how smooth and how comfortable the motions are.
Okay.
It's freaking incredible that someone is taking that, because it's discomfort, and because burpees are not easy, and people
they're not designed to be easy.
They're not designed, but you watch him in motion doing what's normally an uncomfortable act, and he does it with grace.
Because he's done it thousands of days in a row.
And it's amazing to watch. And that's on how you can, and now he's, branching out, and he's talking about different things and doing different things. But you watch that, and it's just like, that is on how you take something that's uncomfortable, an uncomfortable place, and extend it out and lend out comfort. And it's another example for that is people who have difficulty speaking in public.
Yeah.
being able to do a interview or talk show host.
Uh-huh.
One of the most famous ones was Johnny Carson. He was not a people person, but he became the king of late night.
It's true.
So you can be in an uncomfortable place and lend out comfort and be very successful at it.
Well, one of the things that Johnny Carson succeeded in was being the talk show host.
Mm-hmm.
Is he wasn't leading the conversation, he was instigating the conversation.
Yeah, and if you think about the same, the same thing, we have, that embrace the suck behind the scenes routines that we do in business.
Yeah.
That you don't let out into the public sphere.
No.
You don't. It's the sausage making.
Yeah. Sausage King of Chicago.
The Sausage King of Chicago. And it's somewhere along the ways, people have said, okay, let's open up the kitchen space. And so everyone sees the sausage making, and forgetting that the primary reason that people gravitate towards any spot is comfort. They want to be comforted. They want grandma to come in and give them a hug and a cookie.
Yeah, that's true. Now, on the other side, though, some people are comforted by knowing how the sausage is made. It gives because that's how their brains work. That's how they're knowing the details and having all the bits and pieces is comforting to them. So everyone's got different comfort levels and different comfort choices.
So you set them in the front window away from the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you got to have that space available to make it safe for everyone.
Right. And safe for everyone's not easy to do. But if you are responsive to the people around you, you can make it safe and comfortable for them.
Mm-hmm.
And in response, hopefully they'll be able to do the same thing for you.
Yeah.
Maybe not even consciously, but when people feel safe, they respond in kind usually.
Well, they generally they open up and you have genuine conversations.
Yeah. Which are really important in the health insurance line.
Any insurance industry.
Yeah, because you don't want people, if you've got people who are feeling uncomfortable and don't trust you and are lying to you to try and get something that they feel they need, they're not going to get what they actually need. Insurance is a trust-based industry.
Well, it's a social-based industry.
Well, yes.
And most people forget that. They assume it's transactional.
Oh, no, there's too much people involved.
And, well, I think the moment the transaction becomes important to both the consumer and the agent is the time when you really start to lose insurance. And the reason I say that is because the golden rule of insurance is do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
That's just a general golden rule, dear.
No, it's the golden rule.
Well, yeah.
If I put someone in a policy, that's because I want to be in that policy. I want my grandmother to be in that policy. I want them taken care of.
Exactly.
So that's my point of view. So when you start to get into that, oh my gosh, this is transactional. It's the agents no longer focused on that golden rule. They're focused on the gold.
Right. And I think that's one of the problems you run into when you're dealing with insurance on a purely consumer to corporate.
Oh, the direct to
consumer, because it is very transactional.
Yeah.
There isn't somebody who's saying, listen, this just because this is cheap doesn't mean it's going to be, good in the long run.
It's not the Swiss Army knife or the Leatherman of policies. And some people need the Swiss Army knife, the Leatherman of policies. And
well, another thing you run into is folks who are under it helps. It's more true in the health lines, is that people if it's more expensive, it must be better. That's not always the case.
True.
You're just because you've got $1,000 plan doesn't mean it's any better than the $600 plan. They might be exactly the same.
They could be the same. It just depends on their pools. That $600 plan could have the necessary co-pays
Uh-huh.
that make it more valuable than that $1,000 plan.
Exactly. It might be more specific to your needs. You might have $1,000 plan that you have to meet the the $6,000 deductible before it starts paying for your lab work.
Mm-hmm.
The $600 plan, you just pay $20 for your lab work. Which one's a better choice for you?
Yeah, and that gets into that providing comfort.
Uh-huh.
A agent that is focused on that goal is not interested in finding those comfort zones. They're looking at making that sale.
Right.
What's the quickest, fastest way to make this sale?
Uh-huh. And that's when you run into people who are for sure selling for the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I need to sell more of this company's policy so I can hit my bonus, even if it's not the right policy for the client. And that's selling for the gold, and that's not okay.
Yeah, and it's
in my opinion.
No, it's a valid opinion, because that was one of the things that we really de-emphasized at our office. It's like, okay, yeah, here's the bonuses. Oh, these are all fine and dandy, woohoo. Cool. There's a bonus going on. We might boost what we do for marketing.
Yeah, and sometimes we buy ourselves a treat. Get some gummy bears or something.
Yeah, however, we split it with everyone in the office.
Absolutely. It's a full split.
And that's because it's everyone. And it's weird because the corporate structures really stress those bonuses.
They do.
And it's like, oh, these are the greatest things in the face of earth. These will motivate. And yeah, they do motivate people. They motivate the people that are focused on that gold and not the golden customers, that golden relationship.
Right. Because a relationship is a long-term situation, whereas focusing on the individual transaction, the gold, is a one and done a lot of the times, because if you're lucky, you might stumble into a plan that works well for something, they'll stick with you. If you just sell them something because you want that commission, but it's not the right fit, they're not coming back for renewals.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a one time ping, but you don't get their lifetime business.
Yeah, and one of the things I mentioned early is if you want to stay in any sort of sales industry, if you ride the highs of the sales and the commissions, the lows will kill you.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's like, woohoo! It's like the businesses that decide to stop marketing because they have all the business right now, forgetting that in 2 weeks down the road their schedule's blank.
Yeah.
And that's and so they cut off the marketing.
Yeah, we've had to scale back our marketing buys because of circumstances, and but we're ramping up in less costly ways. We're trying to be more, more just out there, because we're rebranding. We were a different brand, and now we're Wenatchee Insurance, and you can't just rest on your laurels.
No. There's no. That's where comfort kills.
Yeah. Well, now there is points where maybe you do want to scale back on the marketing and not continue to grow and rest because you're getting ready to retire, and you're not building for the next person because you're going to just shut things down. You're not passing it on to the next generation. But if I were passing my business on to the next generation, I'd be marketing like crazy to let people know, hey, this is the new guy.
Yeah, if you want
them to succeed,
you want them to succeed. If you want your customers to establish a new relationship,
it is. It's a relation. This is always relationship based.
Well, everything is relationship based.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, even your transactional transactions, or
even
have a relationship.
The worst jobs we've had good and great relationships with our coworkers.
And we've had crap relationships with our coworkers.
Yeah. However, in some of those worst place scenarios, You get, I think that the term is trauma bonded,
Yeah.
because you're all into this together,
Yeah.
uh, and you develop these deep, meaningful relationships because you're going through this ordeal together, and you're able to provide comfort to each other.
Yeah. That's true.
It could be in the back in the days, it could have been as simple, hey, here, do you have a cigarette?
Yeah.
And that's where the smoking circle, where we comfort each other.
Yeah. The going out for a smoke thing, the stand around the water cooler, the coffee break, those are trauma bonding, not always trauma bonding, but those are bonding moments.
Yeah.
You don't go out for a smoke anymore, but the breaks still happen.
You provide comfort.
Yeah. Why do you think sometimes corporations make sure that the breaks are split up?
So they're not able to get comfort.
So they're not able to bond.
Mm-hmm.
Because they like sometimes bad companies likes to build dissent and competition between employees
Mm-hmm.
because they feel it drives them.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree.
Well, yeah, because I remember in the service and doing some just horrible field problems. It was hard for us to get warm food.
Oh, sure.
And so, that's where I learned that the Coleman stoves could also burn on gas.
Yes.
Because, one crusty old sergeant showed me that, hey,
you can use gasoline with these.
And your canteen cup can, make your hot cocoa out of these MREs.
Yeah.
Despite it being 20 below.
Yeah.
Because Army gets cold. And that's where I managed to rifle away and find a single burner Coleman stove that I still have to this day.
That's right.
More than once I did lend that out, just because it was like, hey, this is like gold, because they didn't come into Europe very often.
No, I can't imagine they did. But yeah, you can use the white fuel, or you can use gasoline with those.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably you're not going to get as good a result with gasoline, but yeah, they work.
You have to clean it a little more.
Yeah, you have to, because
the burners.
There's more residue with those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's why they have carburetors.
Yeah, so that's one of those examples of, oh my gosh, horrible situation. How do I find comfort and lend comfort to others?
Right, and if you can make a cup of cocoa or a cup of tea, it makes a difference.
You can survive until the next day.
Sometimes it's just survive till the next hour, but or the next minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's okay.
And there are people outside our doors that come in and are amazed, just simply amazed of Susie, dropping here, have some chocolate. Here, have this tissue because you're crying. Here, have this hug.
Oh yeah, I get a lot of hugs in my office.
And if we were running this as a straight lace, oh my gosh, this is how insurance is run, white, black tie sort of situation, people would not find that comfort.
No, not at all. The only person in a suit that was ever comforting to me was the guy who was the mortician who was arranging my father's funeral.
Really?
Yeah, he was actually really. He was in a suit and tie, but he was actually really good at the comfort thing. Of course, that was almost 30 years ago too.
I'm trying to think if anyone in a suit and tie I found comfortable, and I can't think.
He was the only one ever, and that was he's the only one that's ever created that, and that's because that's part of his job choice, his career choice, and that just was his human nature,
Yeah, see, I for me, the suit and tie concept has always been kind of like the modern day armor.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not to comfort others; it's to comfort yourself.
Yeah. See, that particular funeral director just had it's almost like he wasn't 100% comfortable in the suit himself. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what made it work. I don't know. I can't come up with an answer for that one. It was a really long time ago, but he's the only person in a suit who's ever been comforting.
Yeah. And
But you're right, a suit is modern armor. If
mhm.
you look at the way suits are designed, they're based on armor,
Yeah.
you know?
It's layers of material.
Uh-huh.
Um,
That are just,
you have some flexibility in certain areas, some others
yeah.
you don't.
And you have shoulder pads instead of, you know, the I can't think of the word, epaulets,
Hmm.
It's just, and then you've got the lapels instead of the chest plate. It's armor.
Yeah, and like I said, it's to comfort yourself because I've owned some really exquisite suits, and yeah, they're comfortable as heck, but they don't lend that comfort to others.
No, no, they're not designed to.
Yesterday I threw on my one of my jackets because I was going to Rotary
Yeah,
because I knew that would be expected. And yeah, for largely there was a lot of blazers and stuff going on, and I was fully comfortable, fit, blended in.
yeah. You were looking to not stand out.
I was looking not to stand out, and kind of observe what occurs.
Yeah.
Um,
Because if you go to a meeting like that
mhm.
in your normal everyday t-shirt and jeans, you would stand out like a sore thumb.
No, actually, there was quite a few people in t-shirts and jeans there.
Oh,
There
cool.
was quite a few with visible tattoos.
That's nice. I
Um,
guess it depends on the group you're going to.
it depends on the group.
I imagine there were a lot of polo shirts.
Yeah.
The
Um,
polo shirt is the modern suit.
it's a Squire's outfit. It really is. It's if you want to complete the Squire's outfit, you'll throw a logo on or a name badge.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, because here's the thing: if you're important enough, you don't need no stinking name badge because everyone knows your name.
Like me, I'm the Susie.
You're the Susie, and I've walked into more than one room and heard whispers. Uh,
I don't. My radar for that's terrible.
yeah, it's one of those things when I've been the rebel king for so long
Yeah.
that if someone hears my voice
Oh well, your voice carries like crazy
and pings on the name of, oh yeah, I've heard of this guy, oh yeah, every, you know everything on the other side of Stevens Pass is yours.
though.
Because as I tell people, it's like, yeah, if you really want to understand people, you look at the metrics. I've had to explain that to more than one person in a relationship. Yeah, just look at the metrics. See what I've done for 10 years. Compare.
Yeah.
I'm.
We got nothing to be concerned
We
about.
have nothing to be concerned about.
Nope. And
Um,
yeah, we're like we said before, we're in a challenge right now, but
mhm.
so we're having a bit of a general discomfort in our office, but you know what? It's not a bad thing to pull yourself out of your comfort zone just so you can reset your comfort zone.
Well, yesterday was outside my comfort zone.
Oh, absolutely. It threw your whole day off.
It threw my whole day off. I had to, you know, I had a really horrible experience about 6 years ago with the Rotary organization.
Yep.
Um, so me setting foot in there again, quite frankly, was out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Um, However, as I put, put the sponsor, the invite, the one who was welcoming me and providing comfort. It's like I I'm not afraid. I don't have those really comfortable. I'm there about the experience.
Huh?
I wanted to experience. I wanted to see, hey, yeah, it's got some merits. It's got some possibilities. And I saw that, they are struggling with the same things that 6 years ago helped drive me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is really important is when you start to look around your organization and your home and your friends, you start to look at the habits. Are there habits that promote comfort? and care, or are they habits to tear down comfort and care?
And you want people who build care around you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you want that care and concern. You want that genuine experience of humanity on the good side,
Huh?
because you don't want to walk in and have someone chuck a poison cookie at you.
Not normally, no.
And that's a perfect place to end it. So, hey, look around you, see who's providing comfort. If you own a business, how are you providing customers comfort? How are you providing your peers and employees comfort?
Exactly.
And have a great day.
Bye.